Built on the site of a former piano factory, there's been plenty of music made on the field here in the decade since it opened back in 1998. Welcome, everyone, to M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. Justin Tucker has this all teed up. And we're underway from the bank. This return starts at the 5. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30.
Okay, ready?
So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
Now a shotgun handoff to Miller. Escapes a defender. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Here's 2nd and 11. Escapes the pocket. He's keeping it. This is ahead for about 5. Give that tackle to Broderick Washington.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
Throw on 3rd down. That finds Miller complete. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
This dude's just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, okay? Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that first down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
Throwing his Rattler. He's on the move. Gets this to Johnson. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. That play good for 17 and a first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Rattler. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do get home with that sack.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now.
Set, ready. Black shot. Ready.
Another try following the sack. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Here he is on 3rd and long. That's complete to Valdez-Scantling. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. So some time to maybe reconsider what to do on 4th down. That's the end of the 1st quarter. Hopefully no shortage of excitement coming up in the 2nd. Back to the bank in just a moment. We're back for the 2nd quarter. Saints in possession of the football. They only need 1 yard. Let's see if they choose to go for it on 4th. He finds him beyond the marker. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. They come through with 6 yards there, Brock, and they're rewarded with a new set of downs.
Oh, I love fourth downs. It just brings out the very best, and you get to see how you handle the most pressure, and it turns out well, they handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing.
Let's go.
From the gun, a give to Miller. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Offense up to the line fast. First down, and they go right back to it. Has the New Orleans touchdown. The Saints get the game's first points here in the second. No doubt about that one, Brock. They softened that defense up with that lengthy opening series, and then the front just couldn't stand up to the run as they reached the end zone.
Yeah, the numbers tell you, kind of just like baseball, you love home runs, you love explosive plays, but when you can play small ball and you can keep that defense gasping on the field, you can often run it right down their throats in the red zone.
That one right down the middle. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. Deontay Hardy to return. Returns looking good so far. Some good work on that return. Brock gets this up to the 33. They're out and set. First and 10.
Let's run.
Okay, the wide receiver's going to get it to begin the drive. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
Every offense in the league today, they want a couple of guys on the roster capable of doing this. Players who can line up a receiver, running back, and make plays from both spots. It's where the NFL's been heading for years, and what a great example on that play.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Now a give left side. And the reverse call pays off. Some decent yardage before he's brought down. That brings us to the 2-minute warning at the Inner Harbor. The Ravens looking for a score before halftime. The give here on second. Space on the right. He's got room. He does it. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens earn the chance to tie before halftime. Zay Flowers, the touchdown. And on their opening drive, we see what may be their most exciting highlight of this entire contest. I'm hoping that's not the case, but it might be quite the touchdown run right there.
Yeah, I'll raise my hand and co-sign that one with you. We know how hard explosive pass plays are. Run plays are even more difficult. So a run of that length on the opening drive, I see where you're coming from.
Yeah.
But I'm not ready to say it'll be their last.
Tucker adds the PAT. And the Ravens start off well to tie things 7-7. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
17, 6, Madden. Ready?
Looking to throw, Rattler. This is reeled in by Taysom Hill. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
Red, psychic. Red, yellow. Ready.
Play action on first down. That'll be caught. It's Jamal Williams. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. He picks up 28 on the play.
Ready.
And that gives them 1st and goal.
Cross it. 6. Black ultra. Check. Cut.
From the red zone now. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. So after the incomplete pass, here's 2nd and goal.
What's that now? 52. Let's go now.
Rattler to the air now. Getting out to his left. He doesn't slide down and he pays for it. A big shot sends him to the ground.
He made something out of that play for them. Everyone's so concerned with defending the pass, they didn't quite keep tabs on what he was doing as a QB, and it gave him just enough room to run.
43 rounds. Cut.
From the gun on 3rd down. Looking, and down he goes. The Ravens defense gets it done. And that sack gonna cost them some yardage.
That is a wow. Maybe that's a double wow for me. 2 sacks in the previous 3 snaps. I can really criticize quarterbacks, and too often I do, to get rid of the football, but that is about a defensive effort. Knowing what's on the line when you get in the situations in the red zone, Kate, can't do it much better than that.
Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our 2nd half. Who knows when the deciding moment will come? We're underway in the 2nd half of a deadlocked game. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Report.
Here's Derrick Henry getting it on the ground. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Breaks the tackle, green grass ahead. They get 28 out of that play. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore.
This dude was just not going to be stopped, not by the first defender, heck, not even by the 2nd one who was able to bring him down. No, it took a few shots before this crew could finally get this piece down.
On 1st down, Jackson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And right there's the danger, Kate, when you put the ball in the air. How many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't, they call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
And the reverse call pays off. Some decent yardage before he's brought down.
That's just a good play to mix up what you're doing and keep that defense guessing. The execution, that's pretty well done too, creating the space for a solid pickup.
And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Forward.
Looks like they will indeed try it. 4th and 2.
Ready.
Running for it. Here's Henry. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. That was the biggest 3-yard gain you're going to see because instead of a turnover on downs, Brock, it gets them a 1st.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Running once more with Henry. He's got room to roam here. It's a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens take the lead right away in half number 2. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. So great work by the running back there. Brock found just a little bit of space, and he took advantage all the way for 6.
Big time. I mean, so big time. You know, and you hear running back coaches, Kate, say this. They'll say slow to explode through. And he explodes all the way for the touchdown.
Tucker able to tack on the extra point. And the Ravens break that tie, and now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go.
Rattler back to throw. Taken in by Shaheed. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Tackled on the play by Marvin Humphrey. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. From the 32. Got his target. It's Hill. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Working quickly here. Now Rattler. Fits it through the middle. And they make the stop. We're going to say it about the 37-yard line. This is the end of the third quarter. It's the Saints' ball. They're down on the scoreboard, but things not out of hand yet.
Ready.
Markers reset, ball at the 37.
Slide through. Set. Green jack. Ready.
Here's Rattler. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
5, 6. Here we go. Set. Right. Right. Ball red. Ready.
Trying again, following the sack. Taking a big shot for the end zone. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
You know, that type of play is so doggone impressive, not just because it saves a touchdown. He had timed that perfectly to knock it free without drawing a flag or letting him establish possession for the score.
Looking to throw. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. 3rd and 18 kills most drives, right? But they find an opening and hit it to pick up the first.
Okay, right. Drill 52. Black shot. Blue striker. Hut, hut.
Rattler setting a throw. Caught by Miller. And he didn't get much time to secure it as he takes a shot. Good job to even hang on through that catch there. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Miller with it. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints now trailed by just a point in the 4th. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
On for the PAT, and a make would tie us up late.
The kick is good. That ties the game at 14. Blake Brookie to kick off for the Saints.
Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. Returning it from the 4. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. This will be the last play before our 2-minute warning. 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. That's the 2-minute warning here from Baltimore. Ravens don't want to see this one go to overtime. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Here's Henry running left. And after a little running, he gets this up to the 32. There's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on 3rd down.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
Turning to Henry on 3rd. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Okay, you know me, I can't resist. I thought we might have needed the old Gene Steratore index card down there. Make it a really close measurement to see if he got the first down or not. But in the end, well, the right call was made. He got just enough to move the chains.
And they got there in time. He's taken down. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Here he is to throw. And no luck there. That throw falls to the ground. A good defensive play breaks that one up. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Looking to throw it. Escapes the pocket. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. The Saints calling for a timeout, so they're first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that, and it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
Now to throw. Oh, my goodness, it's intercepted! Alontae Taylor has it. And the defense has come through. They're in the end zone, and that gives them the lead. That play, Brock, that play was beautiful. Not just making the interception, but then seeing the return slowly come together in front of him as he took it all the way to the house.
Yeah, I think even for us up here in the booth, it looked like a scene out of a movie, didn't it? Starts running it back, scans the field for a lane, then the blocks come just in the nick of time to wipe out the would-be tacklers, and he's got open space and nothing but the end zone in front of him.
Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. Hardy on the return. Returns looking good so far. Past midfield, and he's got space. And they finally bring him down after a huge return into their territory.
Us quarterbacks, Kate, yeah, you'll hear us say things like our best friends are the blockers up front or the go-to receivers, but a returner who could give you a short field coming out just like that, well, he's someone maybe you take to dinner during the week as a...
He's got it inside the 10! And it's not over yet. They score here in the final minutes, and now they can tie or even win this game right here. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
And everyone can breathe easier now. His try is good, and they found a way to tie it late in the 4th. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Field, right. Come on, set, snap, ready. Ready?
He'll look to throw it. He's going to lob one deep down the left sideline. And he has it along the sideline, but he got a little too close to that edge. They're going to say he's out of bounds. We've got 2nd down.
I'll tell you what, you give him another foot of space, and he's going to bring that in for a nice gain. The throw, it just didn't give him enough real estate to establish possession before he hit the sideline.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down.
38. Six, Madden. Ready.
Back to throw. He's trying another one deep. Forces one through double coverage. Oh, it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. Man, this has been such a great game. Nobody is ready for it to end just yet. After 4 quarters, we're headed to overtime.
rookie to kick off for the Saints.
Gotta block that missed kick from their minds and refocus. Still a win to be had as overtime has begun. Hardy on the return. He's stopped on the return at the 27. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. First throw of overtime now. Flushed out of the pocket. Looking middle, he's gonna... That's complete inside the 35-yard line. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And he'll go down here at the 16.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Another run for Henry. And he made a bid for it. It's a good gain that's stopped down at the 3. Offense in the hurry up here. This is Henry on 2nd. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Here he is to throw. Rolling left, buying some time. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. Justin Tucker out for the field goal. A lot of pressure hovering over this kick. It's from the left hash, 33 yards. It's good. The kick sails through. And the pressure now applied to that opposing sideline.
The important part, they've got the lead here in overtime after the short field goal. But with how close they got, the touchdown was in play. You gotta hope that you can get the stop here and not live to regret that series stalling out.
Fielded at the 14. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Jukes one to finds a seam. Left side. He's off to the races. Hits the 20. And he reaches the end zone. That is a game-winning touchdown. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
So this a win on the road for the Saints. And it took some extra effort, Brock, some bonus football before they were finally able to separate from the opposition and earn that hard-fought victory. So for my partner, Brock Heward, and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott, saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody. It's a win for the Saints as we say so long from Baltimore.